What's happening, everybody? How y'all doing today? Oh, Lord, it's a beautiful day out here. I want to address some stuff because, of course, new update's going to be coming out here pretty soon, right? So I want to answer some questions I've been getting asked about the new update for Vision, if I'm coming back, what are my takes on it, and is there really going to be any major changes? Well, the answer to that is, to be honest, no. Pretty much no to everything. Now, you're going to see a lot of people out here trying to paint the idea that there's going to be a new meta change, right? New weapon change, everything. Mainly just because they've upgraded more damage for the rifles. Sorry, that's not enough. Will it be making them a little bit more useful for PvE? Most definitely. What's up, Wales? How you been, man? But meta-wise, no. One reason I say that is because all this game is done, and I've said this before, I put it in a different line, and I said y'all can take this to the bank. The movement speed has been increased with certain pieces that are beyond there, and they're also going to be taking away movement speed by using certain weapons. So this is almost all of this that you want to take it for has all been for PvP, not for PvE. So is this going to make the game a lot better? No, it's actually just going to nullify a few things. It's not going to be a huge major, like, oh my god, game-changing update. It's not. And even the rifle damage, just by putting the numbers in, it's not going to make your guns better. It's not made any of your other weapons like you prefer. Maybe you like ARs, maybe you like SMGs. It's not really going to do anything for them. It's just mitigating a little bit more to make a certain few things a tiny bit stronger. That's all. So the game, I'm sorry, it's what, almost 6 years old now? It's a dead game. But the reason why I want to say all this is there's one game that's about to come out in October. If y'all haven't heard about this, the game is coming out in October that's going to be probably the most popular game ever. And it's not Call of Duty. If you think it's Call of Duty, I'm sorry. There's a game that has been silently making its way up the ranks. And a lot of people haven't realized it, but it's Starship Troopers. Now, why do I say Starship Troopers? Is because it is a game that the players, actual people like you and me, created. They actually created this game. A few gamers just created this game. And it got so popular on computer that players begged for some big franchise to come over, take control of it, and help them build it. So guys like you and me on PlayStation or Xbox could come over and play this game. And while it was in beta testing and they were basically having other players play the game with them, what they created, they slowly got more and more people to come in and build this game. And this game, I swear, it's all players. So these guys that made this game are just like you and me. They're just players, right? So they're not going to be nerfing. They're not going to be doing anything. They've even said, we will not nerf a fucking thing in this game. We will not do anything that pisses off any of our players to any extent. We will not conform to anybody. We will try to bring this to every single console, be it Xbox, PlayStation, and PC, because it started off on PC. But they wanted to bring this to everybody so they can enjoy it. This game is probably going to be making its way to where it could outshine even Helldivers and things like that by people love to play. So if you haven't messed with Helldivers, and you do, you'll understand what I'm talking about how this game is going to be. It's almost identical, but it's Starship Trooper based. So you're going to be able to fight arachnids. You're going to be able to pick up different types of weapons. You'll have jump packs, all kinds of stuff. And you get to fight as a team. And from what I understand, it's going to be a PvP or PvE based game, but you will be able to do different types of things. Like they're talking about maybe bringing out a PvP type idea where it's like red versus blue, like Blood Gulch kind of thing. So there is a possibility of doing that. So that game right there has just made its announcement 2 days ago that October 11th is supposed to be coming out to Xbox and PlayStation and PC. So that's going to be a game to rival everybody. I don't know what y'all think about that, but I can't wait. I want to see what it's like. I really do. I think it's going to be. I think that could make Game of the Year. But Division, they failed. They failed on this one. There's not enough for the players in Division anymore. Not when all you did was just barely increase rifles and mess with the PvP mechanics of movement speed. It's not enough. But that's my 2 cents. I promise y'all will see when it comes out. I've already cranked down the numbers. I've already looked at everything. I can tell y'all right now, when this update comes out, it's not going to be fabulous. There's going to be people complaining still that there wasn't enough done, and I'm just telling y'all now ahead of time before you actually see it. That's all. And I've been right almost 94% of the time. 94% of the time I've been pretty much right on every one of these title updates. The only one I wasn't right was TU7, because I did not see them completely revamping that much shit. That was the only time I was actually wrong. I called all the other TUs. I called all of them except for that one. We'll see, right? I cannot endorse the Division like I used to. I can't. Like I want to bring y'all new stuff, but there's nothing really new for it. Like there are very, I'll put it to y'all this way. I can take this build, change one piece on it, call it new, or talk about certain weapons, like, oh, they're going to revamp this weapon's going to be really, really good. But at the end of the day, it's not. The same weapons will still be the same best weapons because of two aspects. Their total damage that they can do, and the RPM, so how fast you can basically pump out rounds onto a target. Then it just comes down to the stability and accuracy. Can you land those shots? If I were to take, let's say, was it the 1886 rifle, the perfect boomerang, and I were to trade that off and I were to put on the M1A with a boomerang on it, a regular boomerang, you're going to use the M1A. Why? Not because the other one has higher damage, but because the M1A, you can land more shots and get more damage out. It's also a lot faster to reload and get those shots back on target, if you're going to take those two. Same with FAMAS versus F2000. The F2000 got a boost, but the FAMAS, you can still, depending on your ability to control the weapon, is better for you landing shots on target. And a little bit of the same RPM, a little bit more damage, everything else. But at the end of the day, you're able to land more shots, which means better TTK, right? Time to kill. You're not going to switch between those. Yeah, you may have a specific preference. You may not like those two guns. Perhaps you like the AKM. It's just a personal preference because it's got a high damage, right? And you're able to land shots. What you're going to use is what you're going to use. But at the end of the day, the TTK still is going to be the best weapon you're going to pick. So if you're picking something for TTK, you're going to go with those that give you the best TTK. So it's not like you're going to go out here and go, okay, Ravenous is best now because they increase the damage, right? You're not going to go and go, oh, Diamondback's better because they increase the damage, right? No, both of those weapons are shit weapons. They're only good in very select spots. You're going to go with what everybody else is using, a meta weapon, a meta this, a meta that. You know what the meta truly is if you've really played that game. All this switch up of putting in that new exotic shotgun, all it's going to do is slow down movement speed. Where? Show me where in PvE you need to slow down the movement speed of a fucking NPC. That right there should answer your question of how important this update is for the game. You don't. You never have to slow down an NPC. Because the only ones that you do have to slow down are those little fucking rushers, and those guys are like a wet napkin. You know, you just barely touch it and you put a fucking hole right through it. Those guys are easy to kill. So, needing to use that weapon in that sense, no. It's all about PvP. The knee pads, the Ninja Bite knee pads, you got to change from giving you blue armor for getting close to something, right? To now giving you more movement speed. Again, those were mainly found in the Dark Zone originally. They decided to fix all that up to give you more movement speed. So if I put those on to counteract what the fucking shotgun does, I don't lose any movement speed. The only thing that slows your movement speed down is a fucking riot foam. Like this, I don't get why people can't see this bullshit. People want to polish a turd and make it look like it's a piece of candy. Why? Why do motherfuckers always want to polish a turd and make it look like a piece of candy in this damn game? Oh look, I got a brand new build. Oh, it's a new meta build. Oh look at this. It's gonna be a beast build. It's not. The same shit's gonna be the same shit. All you got was what, a 5% increase in fucking rifle damage on average? Truly, I think it's like 5.6%, if I remember the numbers correctly. All you got was a 5.6% rifle damage. Woo. Great. Whoop-de-fucking do. And then you can take away movement speed. Tell me, where the fuck does that benefit everybody in the goddamn game? You see a lot of players out there using rifle builds in PvP. Do you see a lot of players out there trying to slow down movement speed and fucking PvE? No. So that shit is very selective. It's very selective. The developers failed horribly and they won't admit it, and all these other content creators will not admit it. The game is dying on its last leg, or has already died. They're just not willing to admit that it's dead. That's why the fuck I moved on. But again, I'm just answering y'all's questions that y'all ask me. Y'all send me messages to asking me about certain shit. That's all I got for you, man. It's a God's honest truth. So, at the end of the day, I'm telling y'all, if y'all haven't seen it, cool, awesome. But if y'all haven't seen it, y'all need to go look it up right now. You need to go after I'm done with this, or if you want to go look it up right now, you need to go look up Starship Troopers video game. Again, that I'm telling you right now, that game right there is almost identical to Helldivers and what they're going to be doing. At the same time, it's going to be where a bunch of players, again, guys like you and me, basically created this game for other players, and they sat down with other players, asked them, what do you like, what do you want, what are we looking at, what makes you happy, what would you like to see in this game? And they did so. They built the game around players and what players like. And they've even said, we will not nerf a fucking thing in this game. And it's supposed to be coming out on October 11th. So if you haven't seen that, you need to go look at it. I'm going to post that in my community, so you guys will have a link to it also. But you need to go look at that. It is, I can promise you right now, it's going to be game of the year. It's going to blow every other game out of the water. But I've been right so far. I hate being right. I hate calling this stuff. Shit. Alright, my life cut out. They have to send out this next big patch, this next update. Mainly because the next update is supposed to have weapon attachments and things like that. So they're going to do that. They're going to unnerf all the stuff that they nerfed because the CEO stepped down and went into the program or the program management team to basically go back and say, hey, I'm going to take control of this game, even though I was in control as the CEO. I'm going to take control and I'm players. He said he's going to undo all the nerfs. Huge. Once they do that, and they're going to bring that to Xbox. So Helldivers will be coming to Xbox. And when Helldivers does come to Xbox, I know I'm going to have a lot of y'all wanting the carries, and I'll be glad to carry y'all around. I'll show y'all the ropes. I'll let you try out all the weapons. I've got them all. I've been working on a video. It's taken a while because some people really, I'm sorry to say it, some people don't know how to play. Some people are still new to the game. They're still trying it out. But Helldivers is honestly a breath of fresh air. It's fun. I'm not stressed. I'm not dealing with all the bullshit, toxicity of other games. It's just fun. It's nothing but fun, and the shit that we can do in there, it's hilarious. So I should be bringing that game or that video out here pretty soon, maybe the next day or two. Hopefully everything goes good, so y'all have an idea of what to do, how to play it, what you're looking at, and yeah, y'all get to see kind of firsthand before it comes to Xbox what to really look for. And there is one thing I will say. There are two meta weapons in that game. Now, what you want to use for what they call stratagems or like kill streaks, is what you want to call it, where you can call them in. There are two meta weapons. One is the Scorch. The Scorch can basically kill anything and everything. Now, I've even killed a Bile Titan. The fucking thing is huge. I took out a Bile Titan with this thing. And I was surprised myself. But as for the other ones, there's the incendiary shotgun. And then there's another one that's kind of like I guess they name it as a marksman rifle. But it's really like a slug shotgun. And this thing right here shoots explosive rounds, and I'll tell you what, man, that fucking thing, that'll kill those damn automatons like that with one shot to the head. Doesn't matter what they are, one shot to the head, boom, they're gone. But the incendiary shotgun's a good one, but the Scorch and everything, maybe 2 shots on everything else, and yeah, that if they allow for those extra weapon attachments and stuff like that, man, that Scorch is going to be the most OP fucking gun in the game. I got a video coming, probably again maybe the next 2 days, about hell divers. A full breakdown of what you need to do, what you need to buy first,